Hello, and welcome to another breathing session. We're working on triangles now. These are really lovely little techniques. First, sit up straight, close your eyes. Focus on the soft breath moving through your nostrils. Make sure that you're breathing slowly and lightly. Notice now with your breathing, does it feel easy to breathe slowly, to lengthen the breath a little bit, to open up a bit? Or do you feel a bit tight? A little bit out of breath perhaps? If you're feeling a bit constrained around the breath, this means you've been getting stressed or anxious, caught up in pressure, and your mind has tightened around the body has tightened around the breath. And so the first solution always is to relax, become calm, still, quiet, soften. So make sure now that your breath is very gentle. The way that you're handling it, moving it. You're not trying to force it to be better. You're giving it some time and space to become easier. If you relax into and around the breath, it will become easier, gradually more open. And as you relax into and around the breath, at that exact instant, your mind is starting to soften, to loosen its tight, obsessive grip. It is starting to relax as well. Feel as you breathe in, your chest expand, the lungs opening outwards. And feel them easing downwards as you release. Feel how you're working with the pressures of the tight muscles around the lungs as you start to inhale, getting towards full, the expansion and the resistance, the air pressure, relaxing into that, especially as you then release. So it's a key moment, the top of the breath, when you begin to exhale. That's when you get a feeling of release of pressure. Last round. Next time you breathe in, do it through the mouth. Have a big breath in and a deep sigh. Don't forget the sigh. You can do it any time throughout the day. Noticing yourself getting caught up in pressure and releasing it from your body with an excellent release breath. Okay, open your eyes. Alright, so the previous breath session we did an equal triangle, samvriti, which means equal breathing, but the triangle means 3 sides. And we've used ratios before, the idea of 1 to 1, 2 to 1, 1 to 2. But equal breathing, of course, is 1 to 1. So if we were to describe that triangle, it was in, hold full, out, with a ratio of 1 to 1 to 1. That means it's equal. So it could be in for 5, hold for 5, out for 5. Or in for 15, hold for 15, out for 15. So the 3 sides were equal. That's what we did in the previous session. Now, today we're going to do Usamvriti, which is uneven breathing. So we really need to understand the concept of ratio here. We did 1, 1, 1. Now we're going to do 2, 1, 2. I'll show you. Breathing in for 2 counts, holding full for 1 count, breathing out for 2 counts. That is the ratio of 2, 1, 2. Of course, it's all through the nose, getting to full and empty each time. And when you're holding the full breath, you hold in a relaxed way. So we have the ratios, 2, 1, 2. But if you just did in for 2 seconds, hold for 1 second, out for 2, it'd be too quick. That's not so relaxing. So we want to start adding multiples of 2, 3, 4, 5, when we're working with these ratios. For example, multiple of 2 would be in for 4 counts, hold for 2 counts, out for 4 counts. Multiples of 3 would be in for 6, hold full for 3, out for 6. And if we did multiples of 5, it would be in for 10, hold full for 5, and then out for 10. Hopefully that makes sense. The ratio is 2, 1 at the top, 2. Okay? So in terms of the multiples here, you've just got to work out what numbers suit your lung capacity. Obviously, the larger the number, the slower the breathing, and the longer that you will be holding full. And so you can only do that if you've developed skill in these practices. So yes, the slower the better, which gives you more sense of time. But you need to listen to your body and find a number that is suitable for how your body's feeling. Okay, so we want to do continuous rounds. We're going to do about 7-8 minutes now. We want to be able to relax into that practice. So maybe in the beginning, just check it out, pick a multiple that seems suitable, and if you find that it's getting too hard, then drop your numbers down. The key here is to stick to the ratio. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So close your eyes, sit up straight, have a good posture. Don't forget to use lower abdominal breathing if you can, and also Ujjayi breath if you can. Both of these methods will give you more time. Have a big breath in first, and a deep sigh, and exhale all the way down to the bottom, and then using the nose only, start to do these uneven triangles. last round. Really focus at the end of a practice, feeling the impact and the change when you let go of the technique, when you stop making that effort. So it's usually when we're doing something that we can't see ourselves, we can't totally understand it. This is a law of Raja Yoga. We can only fully understand once we've stopped doing it. And we feel the impact of what has been done. We notice change. Sometimes that change is very subtle. And sometimes the understanding of the change is not so obvious on a conscious level, even though it's happening on an unconscious level. So with experience, with years of practice, you learn to understand what's happening with your unconscious mind. And then you'll see that these tools are very effective, very valuable. Open your eyes. Have a big breath in and a deep sigh. So how did you go with that practice? Perhaps you might have noticed that compared with the previous session, the previous technique, this was easier. If you didn't notice that, go back to the previous one. Try it again. Now don't forget, if you're feeling tired now, if you feel like it was a strong impact, lie down. Have a rest. And also, remember always to drink pure, clean water after you've done lots of breath work. Thank you very much. Hope to see you next time as we continue opening up the breathing, opening up the mind, opening up your life with yoga. Thank you. Take care.